Reports with Chris Eisenhower.
Captured on tape. Tonight, the latest on the Philadelphia police beating of a black suspect and what led up to it. Was it a suicide or was this teenager lynched? The federal government is investigating. A deadly epidemic of nationwide red light running. And a vote on making a popular prescription drug available over the counter.
This is the CBS Evening News with Dan Rather reporting from CBS News headquarters in New York.
Good evening. The U.S. Justice Department opened an investigation today of the latest case of alleged brutality by a big city police force, black and white officers, against an African-American suspect. The incident in Philadelphia was captured on videotape, and it hangs now as a possible cloud over a city that will soon be in the national spotlight as host of the Republican National Convention. CBS's Jim Axelrod is in Philadelphia with the pictures, the facts, and the context in which this story is unfolding.
Once again, America is riveted by a piece of videotape. Yesterday in Philadelphia, a cop is shot trying to make an arrest. There's a chase. Officers surround a stolen police car. Inside is a black man named Thomas Jones. Watch this. The whole thing is caught by a news chopper.
I seen a lot of cops. They pulled the jack out, the car jack out the car, and deliberately just started wilding on them. It was about a dozen of them.
Jones is in the hospital tonight in fair condition, facing 2 charges of attempted murder. Oh no! The people here have been consumed by this video for the last 24 hours. Tape that's enough to raise burning questions, but perhaps not clear enough to answer them.
We can't see what he's doing to provoke the force that the police use against him. So it may very well be absolutely improper force, but I don't think you can say that on the basis of the tape yet. Philadelphia's
police commissioner admits the tape doesn't look good, but strongly disputes the idea that Thomas Jones is Philadelphia's Rodney King.
There's a world of difference between this and Rodney King, and I think comparisons like that are inflammatory. I think they're irresponsible.
Even for Philadelphia's black ministers, this is not about race. It's about excessive force.
We saw the tape. We saw that there were as many black officers kicking and punching and jumping as white. We're not questioning that. It is a fact of we're concerned about the whole brutality.
There will be a thorough and fair investigation of this incident.
While Philadelphia's mayor calls the tape troubling, he's also warning against witch hunts, pleading for time to let the police department's 3 separate investigations take place.
You have to keep in mind that the police were in the process of apprehending a criminal suspect who had resisted several attempts by the police to arrest him and who shot a police officer in the process.
If the Philadelphia PD doesn't like the national spotlight it's in tonight, it's going to have to get used to it. In 2.5 weeks, the Republican National Convention opens here, possibly with thousands of unruly demonstrators in the street. The headline here today, angering the police chief. Welcome, America. Dan?
Jim Axelrod. An editor's note, part of the background of this story is that Philadelphia's image, its national and international reputation, has been improving in recent years under Mayor Street and Police Commissioner Timoney, both of whom are generally highly regarded by their professional peers. The Philadelphia incident was not the only beating of a suspect caught on videotaped in the past 24 hours. In Atlanta, police chased a suspected drunken driver in a pickup truck through rush hour traffic. After 20 minutes, they caught him in the suburb of Lawrenceville, where they were videotaped punching and kicking him. The officers say this suspect was resisting arrest. An investigation is underway. The FBI is looking into rumors and suspicions, not solid enough to be called allegations, that a black teenager found hanged last month in Mississippi was the victim of a racist lynching. There is little hard evidence for this, but as CBS's Byron Pitts reports, the ghosts of another crueler time won't be ignored and are keeping the rumors alive.
By all accounts, 17-year-old Raynard Johnson, straight-A student, star athlete, had a future bright as a smile, until his father found the teenager's body hanging from a tree in the family's front yard. The medical examiner called it suicide.
It's a cruel joke. It's impossible, because my baby's too full of life.
Even before the boy was buried, rumors were rampant. This was murder. The belt around his neck wasn't his own. Johnson had dated white girls, and certain locals didn't like it.
This is still the old South.
Mississippi.
Mississippi.
Susie Stallings knew Raynard, and she knows Mississippi.
I mean, it's not that they don't like black people. That's not the problem. They just don't want none of their white girls dating a black man.
After a police investigation and a second autopsy concluded it was suicide, relatives and friends of Johnson still weren't satisfied. They called on civil rights activist Jesse Jackson. They all met with U.S. Attorney General Janet Reno in Washington yesterday. But CBS News has learned that after checking and checking again, the FBI is almost certain Raynard Johnson's death was suicide. But this is Mississippi, a part of the New South still haunted by old demons. For that reason, one family's misfortune spawned a movement. District Attorney Buddy McDonald says he'll complete his investigation by the end of the month.
The day before this happened, you know, there were African Americans and Caucasians working together, socializing together, and going to church together in Marion County, Mississippi. They are now, and they will be after this is concluded.
But for now, there is a tension here thick as Mississippi red clay. It is an old and divisive tension that simply found a new face. Byron Pitts, CBS News, Kokomo, Mississippi.
Today, more than 25 years after North Vietnamese tanks rolled into Saigon while the last Americans left, the U.S. and Vietnam agreed to normalize trade relations. This is being headlined as an economic milestone. But does it help lift the lingering shadow of the war? I'm going to do something a little different tonight and ask CBS News Chief Washington correspondent Bob Schieffer for a personal perspective based on his travels in this Real Deal report. Bob?
Dan, for 10 years, at a cost of 58,000 American lives, we fought them in the jungles, bombed them from the skies, and poisoned their forests with defoliants. We went there to help the Vietnamese, but for us, Vietnam became synonymous with a quagmire. Yet anyone who's been to Vietnam lately will not be surprised at the remarkable turnaround this trade agreement signifies. Because what you find when you go back to Vietnam, as I did 3 years ago, is that for all the horror of the war, the Vietnamese really seem to like us. Yes, it's still a communist country with a creaky, aging bureaucracy. But in many ways, the people have taken America and its culture for their model. English has replaced French as their second language. They'll open their own stock market soon, and they went for this deal for one reason. They know the American economic boom is driving the world economy, and they simply want to be a part of it. It could mean billions for them and for us too. The conventional wisdom is we lost the Vietnam War, but after what I saw there and what we're seeing today, I'm not so sure about that. Who'd have thought it, Dan?
Bob Schieffer on Capitol Hill. In the presidential campaign, Democrat Bill Bradley today gave his personal, public, and enthusiastic endorsement to Al Gore. They were side by side in Wisconsin, their first joint appearance since Gore beat Bradley in the primaries. The George Bush camp today pumped out some old, unflattering Bradley quotes on Gore. But Bradley said today he and Gore stand together on all the important issues such as health care and education, and stand against what they call Bush tax cuts for the rich. Still ahead on the CBS Evening News, using video cameras to track down red light runners. And later, is someone tailing you on the information superhighway?
When we asked some denture wearers why they don't use an adhesive, they didn't have a whole lot to say.
I don't need it. My dentures fit fine, thanks.
I've not had a problem in 15 years.
But then they tried Fix-It-Dent, and they couldn't say enough.
Makes them feel a lot more natural. I just plain forget I have them.
They actually fit better.
That's because Fix-It-Dent gives even the best fitting dentures a better fit.
It just proves you never know until you try.
Fix-It-Dent, and forget it.
Wish you could try things before you buy them? Come into a Gateway Country store and you can try all the computers before you buy one, with prices starting as low as $799. Call 1-800-GATEWAY.
Why so many days-in hotels for the business traveler? So you don't have to figure out where to stay when you're wheeling and dealing and working on the fly. Days Inn. There you go.
Get the whole grain goodness of Quaker oatmeal. Toasted. Quaker toasted oatmeal. Crisp honey sweet flakes with crunchy oat clusters. It's the same Quaker oatmeal, only toasted.
Got in your car, go for a drive, and it won't be long before you'll see it happen. A green light turns yellow, then red. And sure enough, some other driver decides that's when to step on the gas. Today, as CBS News correspondent Bob Orr reports, an insurance group raised a red flag about running red lights.
Keep your eye on the red light and count the cars that blow right through it. This is no fluke. Red light running is epidemic.
We're all in a hurry to get somewhere and get somewhere as quickly as possible. We've forgotten what the yellow light of the signal means, and that means prepare to stop. Doesn't mean hurry up, the light's going to change.
Too often, red light running ends like this. A new insurance industry study shows 200,000 people are injured and 800 others killed each year in red light crashes.
When we look at the deaths due to red light running, more than half of them are not the red light runners. They're pedestrians or people in other vehicles.
The study also found the rate of red light deaths is increasing 3 times faster than deaths in all other types of highway accidents, with Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, and Texas the most dangerous states. Police are fighting back with technology, cameras that snap pictures of violators. Tickets are mailed.
When we find that when you put these cameras into communities, red light running drops about 40%.
The small town of Vienna, Virginia has gone one step further, using video cameras.
And another one of the car in the intersection showing that it has gone through the red light.
The computerized system not only captures pictures of the violator, it also provides a safety barrier. The system freezes all of the intersection's lights on red, preventing collisions.
It's because of the system that we have, we're not seeing quite as many of the T-bone side impact accidents, which are the really dangerous ones.
Now, cities with problems like Los Angeles and Phoenix are installing cameras. But police warn the risk will never be eliminated as long as some drivers are willing to put themselves and you in harm's way. Bob Orr, CBS News, Vienna, Virginia.
The government reports tonight the health of America's children is improving. By most measures, the report finds today's children are healthier, better fed, less likely to live in poverty, and more likely to survive into adulthood than ever before. But there's always room for improvement. The study says 30% of 12th graders admit to frequent alcohol use, just a little under 30% use illegal drugs, and more than 20% are cigarette smokers. Next on CBS, an FDA vote tonight affecting the health care of adults.
Who's asking about Viagra? Someone you might expect, and also someone that maybe you wouldn't. In fact, you may be surprised at who's talking to their doctors about Viagra. So ask your doctor if a free trial of Viagra is right for you. Who's asking about Viagra? Maybe it should be you.
My dad and I are pretty close. One day last year, his arthritis was acting up, so he took some Bayer. It has all the strength of prescription Tylenol. It relieved his pain. The next day, he suffered a heart attack. Incredibly, the doctor said Bayer not only relieved his arthritis pain, but aspirin helped save his life. Knowing all that Bayer can do, why would anyone take any other pain reliever again?
Bayer, powerful pain relief and so much more.
Last January, another dream came true. Now it could be your turn. August 24th, Publishers Clearinghouse will surprise a new millionaire. Enter by mail or at PCH.com. And the winner could be you.
Ouch! Pain again? I thought your dentist said brush with Sensodyne every day.
I stopped when the pain stopped.
Keep using it. It keeps working.
Sensodyne every day. Now try new Sensodyne Tartar Control Plus Whitening every day.
It's a new dawn where you can fight wrinkles all day. Introducing Rock Retinol Active Pure Day from France. The first pure retinol product with broad-spectrum protection against both UVA and UVB damage with SPF 15, proven to visibly reduce the appearance of wrinkles by 40% in 12 weeks. New Rock Retinol Active Pure Day. Rock, we keep our promises.
A one-time top aide to Special Prosecutor Kenneth Starr went on trial today. Prosecutors say Charles Backley broke the law by telling a court he was not a source of leaked comments politically damaging to President Clinton, as Backley worked closely with Starr. Lawyers for Backley say others in Starr's office may have misled the court, but not Backley himself. On the CBS Health Watch, a no-go tonight on a proposal to allow over-the-counter sales of a widely used cholesterol-lowering drug. An FDA advisory panel says it should stay a prescription drug. CBS News medical correspondent Elizabeth Caledon reports what this means at the counter and for your ticker.
Life would be a lot easier for Nizar Obaidli if he could buy his cholesterol-lowering drug over the counter.
Sure, because I have to take it every single day.
But would his life be safer?
But that's exactly...
That was the main concern for an FDA panel as it rejected one company's bid to switch a top-selling cholesterol-lowering drug, Mevacor, from prescription to over-the-counter.
5 million Americans at high risk for heart attack already take these cholesterol-lowering drugs. But some doctors estimate if they were made available over-the-counter, another 15 million would benefit.
People with cholesterol levels of 240 or higher are routinely put on prescription drugs. Cholesterol expert Dr. Antonio Gatto believes broader availability could prevent full-blown heart disease in lower-risk patients with no symptoms.
I'm not advocating putting it in the water supply, but I do think that there are millions of people who, in our country, who could benefit and avoid being disabled by an early heart attack or having a stroke.
But Dr. Bernadine Healy says a decision to let the public take powerful drugs without supervision is careless.
We don't know the consequences year after year, lifelong taking of these fairly powerful drugs, and we don't know what is happening in these patients' bodies because we have no physician, no one monitoring them.
There are rare side effects, muscle inflammation and liver damage. But to Dr. Gatto, the potential of making a dent in the epidemic of heart disease would be well worth small risks.
And I'm convinced that it's safe treatment.
A decision on a second drug, Pravachol, is expected tomorrow. Elizabeth Caledon, CBS News, New York.
The CBS Market Watch shows it was an up day on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials gained 5 points. The Nasdaq rose 75.
How does your gray beard or mustache reflect on you? Man, I look old. Now get rid of gray with new vitamin-enriched Just for Men gel, specially made to penetrate, soften, and rejuvenate that coarse, hard-to-color gray. Brush in Just for Men. In 5 minutes, gray is gone, matched up to the rest of your hair.
Don't ever shave that beard.
Just for Men gel, the rejuvenator.
My dry, itchy skin would flare up. I just wanted to hide.
Cordate helps heal and protect dry, itchy skin fast with maximum strength medicine and special moisturizers.
My skin was healed.
First aid, fast aid, Cordate.
Why so many days in hotels near airports? So you don't have to worry about where to stay, no matter where you touch down. Days in.
There you go.
Welcome to a hot spot where pain and discomfort dwell. It's down at the end of Acid Street, the Heartburn Hotel. Well, your stomach's are burning, baby. The acids are churning, baby. You're getting heartburn all the time. Well, you change the way you're eating. You're getting exercise. You're treated for 2 days a week or more. The acid starts to rise.
Ask your doctor about Prevacid. It can mean 24-hour relief from persistent heartburn associated with acid reflux disease. Prevacid turns off tiny pumps that produce acid in your stomach. Prescription Prevacid has a low occurrence of side effects, such as diarrhea, abdominal pain, and nausea. Prevacid can provide complete night and day heartburn relief. Ask your doctor if Prevacid's right for you.
Check out of the Heartburn Hotel. Prevacid stops the
The foreign ministers of France, Germany, and Finland met today with the president of the Philippines, urging him not to use all-out military force to free a group of European tourists and others held by radical Muslim rebels. To avoid risking harm to the captives, they advised further patient negotiation. For the captives, patience ran out a long time ago, as CBS's Barry Peterson reports on assignment in the Philippines.
It started on this tropical Pacific Ocean paradise near the Philippines. Hostages, including 10 vacationing tourists, seized at gunpoint by Philippine Islamic terrorists and taken by boat to a remote jungle camp.
Get us out of here, please, very soon.
I hope to be at home very soon. I hope.
But their ordeal has dragged on for 3 months as despair and illness take their toll.
She's very sick, she's very ill, and we cannot do anything for her.
They are held by a ragtag splinter group called Abu Sayyaf, trying to raise money for weapons and supplies by demanding $1 million per hostage. Philippine authorities are afraid to pay any ransom, afraid it'll turn this place into a virtual free fire zone for kidnappers, where snatching people off the street will become the new way to fund terrorist revolution. A revolution funded this far, perhaps with money from this man, Osama bin Laden, a wealthy anti-American terrorist accused of bankrolling the bombings of U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, and maybe bankrolling the Philippine terrorist.
They have been proclaiming their fealty to the group of Osama bin Laden.
Money flowing in via Ramzi Ahmed Youssef when he traveled to the Philippines. He's now in jail for the bombing of the World Trade Center in New York City. The same group wanted Youssef released from his American jail, a demand since dropped. Most of the hostages came from Europe, traveling halfway around the world to have an adventure, to escape from real life. Now, they pray day after day they will escape with their very lives. On assignment in the Philippines, I'm Barry Peterson.
The record heat wave baking southeastern Europe intensified today, producing hundreds more wildfires, especially in Greece. Weeks of bone-dry weather have left the countryside so vulnerable it takes only a spark drifting from one fire to start a new one miles away. Dozens of homes have been destroyed since the fires began early this month. CBS Next, the Internet. Is there a peeping Tom at your window to the world?
Sis, I snooped in your medicine cabinet. So? You switched to X-Lax.
Yeah, Correctol works with an artificial chemical. X-Lax works with natural senna.
Very effectively, too.
You tried it.
Today's gentle X-Lax with natural vegetable senna. 4 out of 5 users agree. It's dependable overnight.
X-Lax, what a find.
What a snoop.
Today's X-Lax, good morning, guaranteed. And for relief with the added comfort of a softener, try X-Lax Gentle Strength.
Father Mike Berner mailed in his entry. Beverly Cook mailed in her entry. But this August 24th, you could become a millionaire without mailing in an entry. Publishers Clearinghouse introduces PCH.com. Just go online, enter, and you could win $1 million live on TV. Of course, if you want to mail it in, that'll work too. So watch your mail or go to PCH.com. And on August 24th, our newest millionaire could be you.
Absolutely gorgeous. Yes, you are. Oops. He's not going to like that. Perfect. Now tell me this isn't the finest crop you've ever seen.
Why don't you go next?
For the best flakes, we only accept the best corn. Kellogg's Corn Flakes.
My name's Bob.
Tim.
Karen.
I'm quitting smoking.
With Nicorette.
Nicorette gives me 2 ways to help control my cravings.
First, I help prevent them.
You see, I set myself up on a regular schedule. 6 pieces a day.
9.
12.
But you know when you just get that craving anyway, late for a gig, rough crowd, I take another piece to help take control.
And now, after smoking for 20 years,
I'm finally gonna make it.
I'm sticking with it.
I'm gonna do it.
You can do it. Nicorette can help.
The only thing more outrageous than bet on stage is bet off stage.
Careful, Doc. These girls are half my act.
Bet, coming this fall to CBS.
Attorney General Reno said today she's looking into the FBI's new system for monitoring email in so far a few criminal investigations to make sure it doesn't violate privacy rights. FBI or not, sign on to a computer in the privacy of your own home and someone could be watching every move you make. CBS's Cheryl Atkinson investigates the invasion of privacy in tonight's Eye on America.
Tracy Blackburn, a busy mom, recently shopped for a loan on the internet. She was careful not to give out her name or address, but days later she received a letter at home from a company whose website she visited.
It really shocked me. I didn't know how they got all of my home information and my name.
Blackburn is not alone. Millions of Americans are finding there is little privacy on the internet.
There is no technical limitation to what we could do. With a little bit of persistence, I can probably get your social security number, find out who employs you, how much you get paid a month.
James Green works for 24/7 Media, a company that sells ads on the internet. But that's only part of the business. It also compiles personal data on people who visit websites and sells it to advertisers. Only with customer consent, says the company. But many others track and trade your every click on the net without you ever knowing it.
You can do some wild and crazy things on the internet. We don't do this. I'm only telling you what's possible. First of all, you can launch applications without the person knowing that run on your computer.
Why would you care about that?
Well, that means that they can go and look at anything that's on your computer and report it back to, whenever you're connected to the web, report it back to that person that's
Your
done
bank statement, your private files?
Yeah, it's difficult to do that because everyone stores things in different ways, but absolutely.
Nobody admits to actually doing that, but most websites are silently collecting basic data using something called a cookie. Simply put, cookies are random numbers assigned to your computer when you visit a website. They track what you do, what you buy, and where you go on the internet. Privacy advocate Deirdre Mulligan shows how it can all get very personal. Doing a search for information on impotence generates this special ad.
There you go.
Click here for Viagra.com. And that's no coincidence. A profile is being created from the moment you give the first clue about your interests. And there's nothing to stop sensitive internet searches from eventually being matched up with real names by insurance companies or even employers.
It does invite people to use data in ways that we would all go yuck to. Certainly, questions about people making decisions about who to hire and who to fire.
The industry is now working to develop its own privacy guidelines. Meantime, you can slow the erosion of your privacy. Get into your hard drive, type in the word cookie to search for the cookie file, then click delete and watch the cookies disappear. As for Tracy Blackburn, she still uses the internet. Only now she knows how little there is standing between her privacy and someone who wants to invade it. In Washington, this is Cheryl Atkinson for Eye on America.
And that's part of our world tonight. Now, a preview of tonight's 48 Hours.
New weapons in the war to lose weight. Protein diets, pills, controversial surgery.
We cut this stomach.
I was 270 pounds.
It worked for Deborah, weighing the risks. Later on 48 Hours.
Later is 10 o'clock, 9 Central here on the CBS television network. By the way, tomorrow night on this broadcast, we'll have an interview with Walter Cronkite. For the CBS Evening News, Dan Rather reporting. Until later on 48 Hours, good night.
For news 24 hours a day, CBS.com on the internet and on our interactive partner, America Online at keyword CBS News.
Summer shark attacks, where they're happening and why, tomorrow. Experience CBS News.
With Shirley Hancock and Mike Donahue.